Hello, Sundari. Today's video is going to be all about hair. You guys know I've been following the curly curl routine for about a year and a half now, and it has been like the best thing for my hair ever. As you guys can see, we're all bouncing and we're going whoop whoop. For people in the back, if you have frizzy hair, your hair feels like this and looks like this, then chances are that you have curly hair or wavy hair and you're just not giving it enough moisture and you're just not giving it enough love for it to become a curl or a swirl or like some texture somehow. For the for the uninitiated, the curly girl routine is basically a way that you can take care of your hair. There's a book about it. People like follow it like super hardcore, like religion. People get really pissed off if you say that you're doing curly girl routine, but like you're not really doing it according to the book. So it is kind of, sometimes it makes me feel like it's a cult, but it's not really. Like most of the people are really, really nice, but sometimes it kind of, yeah. So that's why I can totally understand that the curly girl routine or starting the curly girl routine can be just so bombastically confusing for your mind that you'd rather shave your head than do the curly girl routine. So I understand that. That's why I was thinking about making this video. So I'm going to say something super controversial, and I acknowledge the fact that this might get weird, but I feel like the curly girl routine, and I mean like by the book, is not really possible when it comes to us Indian people. So when you're talking about like hardcore curly girl routine, I feel like it's just not possible for every person to do it in India. That being said, there are people that have been following the curly girl routine to the T, I think, in India, and their hair has been flourishing. So what I'm saying is a generalized statement, but it is just supposed to be a generalized statement. Like I don't really mean it as a fact. Our weather condition is just so much different than the weather condition in the US. If you don't use any shampoo, your hair is gonna get real nasty real fast in India. You could be in colder climates, you could be in like a dusty climate, is dusty a climate? You could be in any climate in India and you're still going to find that your hair might feel very weighed down or might just start feeling super icky after a while on the curly girl routine. So the whole concept of like following it by the book completely, like no silicone, no heat, no nothing, is something that I don't really feel like is possible. And I feel like the great thing about the curly girl routine is you can create like your own version of it. You don't really have to do that, but there are a lot of people that are gonna call you out if you're not really following it. So just be aware of that. But it really doesn't matter because it's your head and it's your hair and apni kheti hai, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the goal should be healthy scalp and healthy hair. It does not matter if the curly girl routine says that you have to have hair gel in your hair. If you live in a humid climate in India and if you don't have anything available to you, you can make flaxseed gel and you can use a gel. But if that is having reactions to your scalp and if your scalp is getting super itchy, you need to forego the steps because it makes no sense for you to kind of destroy your scalp just because you want to follow the curly girl routine. You know what I mean? So please read about the curly girl routine and take what you can from it and create your own version of it. And please don't let people tell you how it's supposed to be, because just like religion, there's just like some people that think that they know better. Maybe they do, maybe we are the dumb ones, I don't know. But it's all about personalizing everything. Don't let anybody make you feel bad about the choices that you make in your life. The went a little deep. There was a huge issue in the last video that I did. So many people would ask me, is there like a way that I can start the curly girl routine but like I don't have to buy so many products? And believe me, I understand it completely. When I was starting the curly girl routine, even after so many beautiful, amazing content creators making content for that, it was still so confusing. What's happening? Why is there so much? Oh my god. So out of all of those comments, what I derived was that we need something that's easy, we need something that's easily available, something not expensive, something that people can do at home that's completely CG friendly. So I decided to do this video that every single person in India can do. Okay, if you're in India, you can do this, and you don't have to buy anything. Actually, no, you might have to buy something, but it's not let's get to it. A basic concept of the curly girl routine is to not shampoo your hair. Now, I don't know if you know our history, but Indian people never really used shampoo before. Actually, nobody did. 100 years ago, nobody really knew how to use shampoo. In India, there has been a consistent culture of using Rita for anything that requires soap. The concept of soap came afterwards, but the actual fruit and the uses of that fruit have existed in India for literally millennia. For example, in my village, Rita is not only used to wash their hair, but also wash clothes. This is the traditional way of washing things when they have a lot of oil in them, or like things that will get gunky real fast. You have crazy amounts of oil in your hair if you've done chumpy in your hair, and then you use Rita, you will realize that all of the oil is actually out of your hair by the end of it. But if you are not using a pre-poo or an oil and then you wash your hair just like I do, you'll realize that it really does strip your hair of all the oil, all of the gunk. And in order for you to balance that out, you have to put in some methi. Methi has amazing conditioning properties. It's also extremely listlesser, meaning it has a lot of slip. Now, it's a great thing for a natural ingredient to have that. And both of them together make an amazing shampoo and conditioner together. So for hair length like mine, I'm taking about 6 Ritas. You can take as much as you want depending on your hair length. Then we're gonna smash the life out of these one by one. Please be a bit careful. So it's gonna look something like this. Then just remove the pit, and this is what we need, the pulp of this fruit. Take 2 cups of water and then add the Rita in it. And this is fenugreek powder, fenugreek seed powder. This is a great conditioner. I'm going to use about 1 tablespoon. You can use more if your hair is really dry. We're going to heat it up, boil this once. And then when it cools down, you're just going to smush every single thing together up until the fruit leaves all of its pulp in the water. It's going to look something like this. It's going to start looking translucent, and then you're just going to strain it because you don't want the fenugreek powder in your hair. I like to start off on dry hair, and I like to focus this mixture on my scalp first because that is what needs the most of the shampoo. The more you rub this mixture on your hair, the more bubbles you will get. I like to be very, very vigorous with the massage that I do on my scalp while this is in my hair, because I feel like it really helps in removing all of the gunk. Once done, just wash it with water and make sure you don't put your fingers through your hair, okay? Your hair will be really dry. Then just towel dry your hair, and now we're going to make the hair pack. I'm taking about 1 cup of curd. And I actually added the honey before, but you should ideally add everything after taking the excess water out. Then we're going to add some hibiscus powder. This is completely optional. I just added it because I had it in my house. About 1.5 tablespoons of that into this mixture, and mix and mix and mix. Now we're going to remove the excess water. Take a clean kitchen towel and just put this mixture in the towel. We're just going to remove extra water so that this does not drip from your hair when you do apply this. Try to do this just on the curd. I realized when I squeezed out the water, I squeezed out the honey as well. So yeah, this is what it's going to look like afterwards. And you don't have to make it completely dry, but make it half and half. Then on towel dried hair, I like to focus more on my scalp because my scalp gets really dry in winters. But if you have extremely oily scalp, try to do the reverse. Apply this on your hair and then leave your scalp alone. Here I'm starting with applying it on my scalp, especially areas that are itchy and dry, and then whatever is left I like to apply it throughout my length. Then you're going to just make a small bun, clip it in place, and leave this for about an hour. If I'm going to leave this in my hair for 1 hour, any amount of time is fine depending on how much time you have. Now we're going to start washing our hair. Don't touch your hair right when you start washing it. So let the water drip on your hair, and when you feel like your hair is back to being its agile self, then start doing this. And when you feel like it has started to move around and it's not hard anymore, then start to massage. And this is what my hair looks like once I have removed all of the curd from my hair. Very amazing in terms of slip. I like to brush my hair with this because I get a lot of fairy knots. You don't really have to do this. And after that, I just like to scrunch with just regular water. I like to scrunch while the water is dripping on my hair. I like to remove excess water by scrunching, and then we're going to use the gel. This is the flaxseed gel that I make at home. If you want to know how to do this, I have a video on my Instagram, so check it out. And I like to apply my gel with praying hands. A lot of people do it differently. I just like to do this. It's quick, it's easy, I like it, it does its job. Then after applying the gel, I just like to scrunch a little bit more. I let my hair dry. I sometimes diffuse, I sometimes don't, but I always make sure that the gel is everywhere and it is scrunched in well. And check out this before and after. Oh my god, the difference is ridiculous. I absolutely love this. Oh, look at it. It looks like from jharu to not jharu. I got so excited that I wanted to do the bouncy bounce test. Oh yeah. Look how happy I am. Another great thing about this routine is that you don't really need a leave-in conditioner. That was the number one thing that I was worried about. How am I going to make a leave-in conditioner by natural things? But the deep conditioner in itself, with the curd and the honey, provides extreme amount of hydration and slip. So you'll realize by the end of it, when you wash your hair will have so much slip that you'll feel like you don't really need leave-in. Personally, my hair gets very, very frizzy with any product that I use. There are like 1 or 2 products that help with my frizz, but still there's crazy amounts of frizz right here. But when I do this routine, you guys can see like there isn't crazy amounts of frizz in this area. There is still frizz here, but that's because my hair is like going plopping back and forth. But if you see here, the definition is just some next level stuff. I've seen so many people that take what influencers, especially like hair influencers, say a little bit too seriously, and then when it doesn't work for them, they just kind of become extremely aggressive. They feel like it's not gonna work for them, and when it doesn't work for them, they kind of feel like curly girl routine just doesn't work for them. Although that's actually not even true, because every single influencer that you're going to see online, me included, has a specific hair type. Every single hair type likes certain things. For example, my hair really likes protein. So I love the Plum shampoo and conditioner. But a lot of other people who have beautiful healthy curls will hate the Plum shampoo and conditioner because it has protein. And how do I know this? Experimentation. I have put whatever product I've put on my hair that has protein, my hair just loves it. It's just like nom 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 nom. It just loves protein. Okay. Can this change? Yes. Your hair keeps on changing continuously. So a lot of times your hair might really like protein. Other times it might not like protein. So whatever influencers say, whatever influencers apply, please take it with a huge pinch of salt, because they are talking from personal experience, myself included. Okay, so what I'm about to tell you is something that worked for me. You can try it once, you can try it twice, and if it doesn't work for you, definitely try other things. You don't have to do this. You just have to say it with me. Experiment. Okay. You leave your comment with how exactly this has worked out. It's extremely helpful for a lot of people. They might see this video and then they'll go down the comments, then they'll see whom did this work for and whom did this not work for, and it just becomes very helpful for somebody that's watching the video, guys. So definitely try it and then leave that in the comment section. If you have a before and after you've tried this routine, definitely share a picture with me on Instagram. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and if you didn't subscribe,